What's going on, everybody? You already know who it is. It is your boy, that guy, the Dragon here. And in today's video, we are going to be going over how to get the max FPS in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and in Warzone 2.0. This FPS guide will help you with the stutterings that you're getting on your PC. And like I say in all my other videos, it comes down to your hardware. Big shout out to Freethy for the config file. I highly recommend you guys go over and check his channel out. He has a bunch of Windows optimizations and how to overclock pretty much every single piece of hardware on your PC. So I highly recommend going over and doing some of the stuff he says, optimizing Windows, everything. He's the GOAT, and all that information is free. So before you do anything in here, I highly suggest going over to his channel and checking it out. But the first thing you're going to want to do is go to your documents. Okay, you go to your documents, you go down to Call of Duty, and then you go to players, and you go to your options 3 COD 22 or 22 or 22. Okay, so you go here, and then you're going to scroll all the way down. And by the way, he has a custom config file. So if you want to get this, go over to his channel and you can get it over there. But basically, how this works is usually in older Call of Duty titles like Modern Warfare 2019, for example, you would change your render worker count to half your cores on your PC. So on my PC right here, I have, you go here, you go to performance, you open your task manager, and then you just go down to your CPU. I have a 5900X 12 core processor, and I have 12 cores, 24 threads. Okay, so I basically would use, in the old Call of Duty, I would use half. Well, I actually get better performance at 12 or 1 less than my actual cores. But for me, I just leave it at 12. That's where it's the most stable, and I have a really easy time playing this game. Okay, that's the one thing you want to do. You want to go into there. Then you want to go into your Nvidia control panel settings. Okay, and you want to go to manage your 3D settings, and you guys can go ahead. I'm going to go really slow. You can copy everything I have in here. Okay, I have a fixed refresh rate. I play on 1440p, and another big thing is your shader cache size changes to 100 gigabytes. I don't have an unlimited. I found on unlimited you get more stutters. Changes to 100 gigabytes on this. Make sure you have the latest driver updated. And also make sure when you're installing the latest driver, be sure to DDU or display driver uninstall your graphics card drivers, and then install the new card. Freethy also has a guide over on his channel on how to do that. Like I said, he's the GOAT for everything PC related and FPS performance. So we have this right here. Basically just copy this down, make sure you change this, and everything else. The biggest things are prefer maximum performance, change your power management mode, and another big thing is change to your GPU, whatever you have. I have a 3070 and I get a lot of frames on this game. Okay, you do that. Next thing you want to do is you want to come down here to your search bar, and you want to type in graphic settings. Okay, go to your graphic settings, make sure you turn hardware acceleration GPU scheduling off. Okay, I found that, and actually Sense of Quality are the ones that found this out. Basically, if you turn this off, that basically fixes all your stutters. Okay, everything is pretty much fixed for me, and I actually gained about 20 FPS from doing this. This is a big thing. Next thing you want to do is you want to go into your Nvidia profile inspector, and this basically is what's going to help you get even more FPS. Okay, and if you guys follow Freethy's config file, he also has this downloaded right down with it, so you guys don't have to worry about going through and downloading it. So basically, you want to go to your global driver profiles up here. You want to search Call of Duty. And then if you scroll down, you'll see Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022. You want to hit that. And then you're going to want to make sure that this is checked right here. Okay, see how it's unchecked? There's no like highlight around it. You want to check this. And then you want to scroll down until you see right here, you have your BA profile, you have your BB profile, and you have your FF profile. Okay, so you guys can see it's not down that far. You literally just scroll down just a little bit and you'll see it right here in the unknown section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, 6 down, and 7 or 8 down. Okay, so make sure you change these to a Battlefield 5, F1 2020 or 21, and then Battlefield 5. Basically that's like the only drop down that you have, and then you have another one right here, and you want to change FF to Battlefield, or the same thing, Battlefield 5. Okay, so these three you want all on Battlefield 5, and this is basically going to increase your FPS by a ton. So again, it's going to be ending in BA, BB, and FF. This is what's going to give you the most amount of FPS in my personal opinion. You want to hit apply changes, and now the changes are applied. And another thing to remember, guys, is when you update your graphics card driver, you're going to have to redo this. You don't have to re-download Nvidia Profile Inspector, but this basically is going to help you out a lot. So every time you download a new graphics card driver, be sure to change these three, and then you're just going to hit apply changes, and then you're going to exit out, and then you can go into your BattleNet. So you're going to right click on your BattleNet, you're going to go to properties, and you're going to go to compatibility, and then you're going to run this as an administrator, and then make sure you apply that and you hit OK. So now every time that you launch Modern Warfare 2 or Warzone, it'll be launched in administrator mode, and that's going to give you just that little bit more FPS. Okay, so now we're going to go into game, and I'm going to show you basically the graphic settings that I use. Pretty much everything is on low, but I will see you guys in game. All right, guys, so now that we're in game, I'm going to go over to my graphic settings right here. And again, if you download Freethy's config file, then you will see that this stuff is going to be already set for you, but I have full screen exclusive. You're always going to get more FPS in full screen exclusive. I know a lot of people who have double monitors, they put full screen borderless. I do not recommend this. Full screen exclusive is going to net you the most out of your graphics. I have my display adapter on my RTX 3070, and then I have my screen refresh rate set to my monitor refresh rate, which is the highest it can go. My display resolution, you guys know I'm playing currently on 1440p, so I have that set to 1440p. I have this stuff really doesn't matter. This is all like personal preference. I don't play with HDR, but you might want to. So basically in the quality section, I have my render resolution set to 100, and I'm using Fidelity Cast Sharpening. By default, it's set to 50, but I like this up a lot higher, like 100, okay? It just makes the game look that much sharper. You can use you can have this off. This does have like a performance hit, but it's not that much for my system. And that makes the game way clearer in my personal opinion. I don't use any of these other ones. I just find DLSS, even on 1440p, I don't like any like blur on my screen. So that's why I don't use any of these. AMD FSR 1.0, if you're struggling for frames, you can put this on max quality and have a good time and still be able to play the game, but I personally use that. I have my anti-aliasing set to SMA 2X. I have my video memory scale set to 90. If you are on a lower graphics card, you can set this down lower. But as you guys can see, I have a bunch of VRAM left over. I have 8 gigabytes worth. I'm only using 2.288 gigabytes. My texture resolution set to very low. And again, these are all about frames. And I have my texture filtering low, nearby level of detail low, distant level of detail low. And the clutter draw distance, the reason why there's nothing here is because I'm using Freethy's config file. Actually, you can disable things in here in this config file that he already has pre-made set for the best performance, so that's why there's nothing here. You can actually disable this. Particle quality is low, particle quality level is very low. I have bullet impacts and sprays on. Shader quality is low, my tessellation is off, and I have my terrain memory set to max. This gets me a little bit more FPS. If you are struggling with FPS, you can turn this on to minimum, but for some reason on my system, setting this to max makes my graphics card work a little harder. And then my streaming quality is low, my voltmetric quality is low, water is off, you don't want that. Shadow map resolution is very low, screen space shadows is low, spot shadow quality is low. Now spot cache, I have this on ultra because it really helps out with the stuttering. And if you're struggling, you can put this down to just high, but having it on ultra, for me, it really helps out with the stuttering. Particle quality low, ambient occlusion, I have it off. Screen space reflections off, static reflection quality off, and weather grid volumes are off. Nvidia low latency. So basically how this works is if you are if your graphics card is bound, then make sure you have this on. If your CPU bound, make sure it's on plus boost. Depth of field off, everything off, film grain off, and these are the settings that I run. Alright guys, that's basically it for the Modern Warfare 2 settings. Basically this, you're going to get a lot of FPS. I'm at 1440p and I just get around, my lows is 150 usually, and the benchmarking tool, I like it, but it doesn't seem to be as accurate as I want it to be. So we're just going to hop into a game here real quick, and I'm just going to show you my FPS and like shoot house. Usually on that I get around 190 FPS, and keep in mind I'm at 1440p, so if you're at 1080p and you follow this guide and use these settings, you're going to see pretty good decent performance increase, and your game's just going to feel a lot smoother, and it's going to be a lot easier to see and track people. Personally for me, I found that my aiming and my flicks are just a lot better without the stutters, and this works on Warzone also. So Warzone, I get around 50 FPS less, so once the match loads up, I'm just going to run around like in the actual lobby, and you're going to see what it actually looks like. All right, everyone, so we're in an actual game, and you could see my FPS right now. I know what you guys are thinking. You're like, dude, this is shoot house. You mean, why are you playing shoot house? Switch it up. So I just wanted to show like the FPS like in shoot house. And we're gonna go to another multiplayer map and just like another live map, and just to show you like what FPS is like. So we're gonna do that. As you can see, 190, 180, we're almost hitting the 200s, and the game looks absolutely beautiful. So we're in Farm 18, and again, it's actually higher than Shoot House, which is actually kind of crazy. But yeah, this is what it looks like as we just run around. 190. Again, this is at 1440p. 1440, we're hitting the 200. So I mean, it's really smooth. It's really smooth. I'm happy with it. I'm actually getting more FPS in this than I do in Modern Warfare 2019. So, and I feel like this game, you have to do way more to optimize it, but it's still smooth as we're just dying over and over. But yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Let me know down in the comment section below if this helps you out, if your game's just like way smoother, especially for my mouse and keyboard brethren. This will not fix server issues. There's still a bunch of server issues with this game, but FPS, everything nice and smooth. And again, like I said, 1440p. Be sure to follow Freethy and check out all his optimization guides. Yeah, so I was going to say, best stay humble, guys, and I will catch you in another video. Peace.